in different circumstances, the word like independent woman, when people say it, it means different things. So how do you feel about the term independent woman?
Oh, that's a heavy question. Yeah, no, I mean, it's only a heavy question because it's hard to be. I feel like this world makes it very challenging to be an independent woman. Like, for instance, I've been in positions of power where my voice was not quite as respected as the white male voice in the room. And it's really difficult because I find myself trying to speak louder and make my voice lower and to be seen as equal to that of a white older male. So being an independent woman, for me, what I've noticed in my life has just been really being able to pick myself up when I fall down and not be leaning on someone else. It's been knowing that if I lose everything, if I have a rough year as an actor, I can pull myself through. And I will. I'll work 10 side hustles. I will get 3 hours of sleep a night. I will do whatever it takes to do what I love doing. And to me, that's being an independent woman. It's also using your voice no matter how many times it's rejected.
I love that. And I admire that. Like, you have to have so much willpower, so much grit, so much like, I'm going to do this. Nothing will keep me down, even if we are in a patriarchal world. And like, sometimes men want to keep us down, but like, you're such a strong woman that you like are not going to be held down. And for me, like, I'm definitely independent, but I hate when like people relate to me as like, oh, like the angry black woman, like the loud, angry black woman. It's like, okay, just because I have an opinion, just because I speak my mind doesn't mean I'm loud, angry black woman. It's just sometimes I feel like in this world, people don't, like you said, respect women's opinions sometimes. They don't want to hear what I have to say. They don't validate it because they're saying things like women are overly emotional and, you know, we can't trust what they say. Like, women can't be president. They can't run for president because they're too emotional. They have periods. Like, what an absurd thing to say, that because a woman has a period, she gets too emotional to run a country. Like, I'm sure women could do a better job at running this country, just saying. But in the topic, how it relates to dating, right? I don't want to be independent when it comes to dating. And hear me out. This is what I'm trying to say. It's like, when I feel like I'm in the mindset of I'm independent and I'm on a date with a man, he expects me to pay for half the date. He expects me to pay for my transportation. He expects me to go back to his house after, like, as if that makes us equal, me doing all of that when he's benefiting from it. And he'll respond, well, you're an independent woman. You're a strong and powerful woman. You can pay for half the date. You can do this. You can do that. Like, no, I'm not independent for you, sir. I don't want to be independent for you. I will be very dependent because I know myself. I have my own things going on. I pay my bills. I've been a model for 7 years, have paid my rent, paid my bills, take care of myself. I take really good care of myself. I don't believe in adding a man to my life if he's not taking care of me. I don't believe in adding a man to my life if he's not making my life easier. A man should make my life easier, because if not, then what are you doing here? I make my life great. Like, being myself, I'm doing really good. So like, I want a partner who adds to my life, not subtracts. And I feel like in the past, I have dated, you know, I call them the broke boys club, you know, dated guys in the broke boys club. and like I literally
emotionally broke too.
Thank you. I wanted to get to that. A broke doesn't only mean financial. It means emotionally broke, mentally broke, spiritually broke. Like, they just had, and then when you deal with men like that, it drains the living life out of you. Like, it drains you so much because you're having to play mommy, you're having to play teacher, you're having to play all these different roles to be in a relationship with this guy. And it's like, okay, this doesn't feel like it's working. Like, it doesn't feel like it's adding to my life. It just feels like it's distracting me from my dreams, my goals, and you're just pulling me down. So I prefer not to go that angle with you. So yeah, like, have you had any experiences with men that you're just like, no, I can't do this anymore, I'm sorry?
Yes, I definitely have. While you were discussing, Thank you for sharing all that, by the way. Yeah, it was just, sorry, I was going back to what you said about like being called the angry black woman, whatever. When has an older man ever been called the angry white man in the room? Like, it's just literally just white man in the room yelling. It's normal. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Anyway, but I was gonna, you know, speaking of dates, I have been in a lot of uncomfortable situations in dates, and I would say 9 times out of 10 in my dating experiences, I've been made uncomfortable. Wow. Because of actions that they took. And it's so hard to explain too, where it's like, I'm a woman, this is my experience in the world. You're a man, this is your experience in the world, but you don't ever think about the consequences of your actions. Meanwhile, all I'm thinking about is the consequences of my actions. I'm like, if I do this, is he going to put me in an uncomfortable position where I have to protect and defend myself? I went on a date with a man where we went out to dinner. I Ubered to him. We split the bill. He spoke the entire time about himself. And, you know, it's fine. Like, I understand that we live in a new, there's a lot of women in the world that feel like they want to split that, and that's great. And I'm all for it. But I think we went into the day already knowing our financial situations, knowing like, oh, I'm a struggling artist. Right. I never know when my income's, coming in. And he's an established person that works in the business world. And we're splitting the bill. I'm Ubering there, Ubering back. And as he was saying goodnight to me, he gave me a hug. And I did one of those, wrap your head around because I'm not going to kiss this guy. I don't fucking know you. And he had the audacity, I'm not even kidding you, Gabby. He turns my head and forces a kiss onto my face. Like that literally happened. It literally happened. And I'm like, that's not even the first time that's happened to me. Multiple times. What? Multiple times. And I'm not sitting here going, oh, hey, baby, the whole time in the date, touching his knee, like coming on to him. Like, no, that's not my vibe. For me, like, if I'm not into someone, I'm still going to be friendly. But you know what friendly is? Oh, she led me on. She was friendly.
Wow, that makes me so angry and so sick to my stomach, because literally that example right there, this man put no investment into this woman, but he still wants a kiss at the end of the night. He still wants you to come home with him. He still wants you to do all these things. Sir, if you ain't paying, I don't know what you think you're getting out of this. Like, because if it's meant to be, then it'll be a love song.